Have you ever had those moments in your life when your responsibilities are just so overwhelming that you've had enough? A couple of months ago, I was having emotional breakdowns and shutdowns, and even throwing tantrums like a frustrated child due to the anxiety from all of the responsibilities that just kept accumulating, even though I knew they were coming. I'm employed full-time from home, and I am still a homemaker. Then we added a German Shepherd puppy who is the handful that I absolutely adore in late June. Then we added homeschooling at the beginning of August. That was the straw that broke this camel's back, mainly because my children kept interrupting my workflow with their fighting when they were supposed to be quietly learning. About a week or two into homeschooling, my stress and anxiety levels were so high that I just began crumbling under the weight of all my responsibilities. Even after being employed for several months, my family still expected me to do all of the things I did when my only role was a stay-at-home mother with our children in public school. And quite frankly, I had those same expectations of myself. I'm 32 years old. I should be able to handle it all gracefully, right? I've been wanting to live a more simple and slow life for at least the past several months, since around late winter, early springish, and for years without realization. But as with every change that's more personal, I'm extremely slow at implementation. I take slow and steady literally, huh? So I finally decided that enough is enough and officially began my first attempt to live a simpler, slower life in late June with rudimentary goals. For work, we create personal OKRs every quarter that we discuss in our weekly meetings. My personal objective for quarter 3 was to live a slow, simple life with the focus on loving God and loving people, based on Matthew 22:37 through 40. I had 4 main key results that were basically to simplify my routines and to cultivate my relationships with God and certain people in my life through prayer and or more quality communication and relationship. So there's this story found in Luke 10:38 through 42 of the Bible that the Lord's been convicting me about for a long while. It's about 2 sisters, Martha and Mary, who welcomed Jesus into their house in Bethesda. While Martha was very distracted with her serving, she was running around the house like a frantic chicken with her head chopped off. Mary sat at the feet of Jesus and listened to him. Martha finally got so frustrated that her sister was being lazy and not helping her, and she was probably kind of jealous of the attention she was receiving. And so Martha tried to guilt trip Jesus into telling Mary to help her out. But guess what Jesus told her? You think he agreed with her? Nope. Jesus so lovingly told Martha, "Oh, Martha, 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 Martha. You are worried and troubled about many things, but one thing is needed, and Mary has chosen that good part which will not be taken away from her." Just like Martha being worried and troubled with many things instead of enjoying peace in Jesus' presence like her sister Mary, I struggle with the busyness of life and tend to prioritize cleaning and other housework above spending quality time with the people and the God I love. I'm an introvert who becomes so engrossed in my tasks and being able to cross out items on my dockets. I'm literally obsessed. I have issues that I tend to ignore everything and everyone else. It just makes me extremely anxious when I'm unable to do the things that I need to do with so many interruptions. Drives me crazy. Though the act of serving itself is important, I wanted to begin with simplifying my routines to aid me in forming the habit of being present and slowing down, and to be able to prioritize relationships over those routine tasks on my dockets. So, in other words, I wanted relationship-centered routines as opposed to task-focused routines, to take that time out to be interrupted by my family, all within reason, of course. So I needed less housework. I did well enough with my OKRs at first. It was a good start. By the end of July, I managed to simplify my routines, but then we started homeschooling at the beginning of August, and that's when I started falling apart and hid back in survive mode. Though with the accountability of having to share my progress during our weekly team meeting, I didn't fully surrender to the overwhelm. My second attempt to live a more simpler, slower life had two parts and was an addition to my personal OKRs for work. I started both parts around mid to late August. The first part was our second annual house declutter. I was feeling once again so burdened with too much inventory in our house to manage practically alone. Systematically and relentlessly decluttering our entire house over the course of about a month or so helped the entire family. It temporarily, oh so very temporarily, inspired me to delegate tasks to my children so that I could focus on the cleaning that I actually wanted or had the capacity to do, and it liberated more quality time to spend with my family. The second part of my second attempt was to actually write all of my slow and simple living goals, which I now review on a weekly basis. They give me a much needed visual reminder to be mindful of what I'm doing and even why I'm doing it. I'm still somewhat struggling with managing all of my responsibilities efficiently. I tend to quickly forget the lessons that I learned and have to relearn them until they are deeply ingrained into my mind and heart. But I am slowly and surely cultivating a simpler, slow life. I'm learning how to do less but better, or to prioritize things that I actually want to do, like being more present with my husband and children and such, instead of only obsessively cleaning or trying to cross out all of the tasks on my dockets. I've learned the reasons why I'm so obsessed with cleaning, which has helped me begin to set realistic expectations for myself. I'm learning how to be worried and troubled by less things and enjoy peace in Jesus' presence in everything I do. I'm not there yet, and I do feel like a failure a lot, but when I look at it from a realistic perspective, I truly have made some encouraging progress in the past 4 months since I officially started. And it's only been 4 months. Come on. And I know that I will only continue to progress, though slow and steady my pace may be, because I am passionately committed to cultivating a slower, simpler life for me and my family. Having more responsibilities than ever before and craving that simplicity is the catalyst for this change. I am bound and determined to reduce stress and anxiety, foster contentedness and joy, and release time to focus on other things that matter to me too. Beginning to live a more slow and simple life, as Jesus did, with the focus on loving God and others, and even learning to love myself, is the path that I am taking me to get there. Yeah.